And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. The last Wednesday, definitely the last Wednesday of April. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm really excited because we are getting very close to wrapping up the Mark 4S to Core 1 Plus conversion. We basically just have spool holder with filament runout sensor, screen, panels, and connecting a couple other pieces, and then we should be ready to power this thing on. So it's been a long time coming at this point. Welcome to stream 8. So let's see who is all here today. Steve Clark, how's it going? Rod's in the house, hello. Greenbeard, Lord Git, Gergman's here, Ranch is here, Rob, Stewart, Steven, Raj, TLX9, hello. I hope everyone is doing awesome. So yeah, basically this is where we left off last week, and also my allergies are going to be screwed up today. I yesterday had 12 cubic yards of mulch dumped in my driveway, and between me, my dad, and Jackson, we moved half of it, and so even with my allergy pills, my sinuses are just shot from the amount of dust that flew around yesterday from shoveling and dumping mulch. But yeah, so this is where we left off last week. Basically, it looks a lot like a Core 1, as it should at this point. But we wrapped up last week building the next shooter, specifically in the configuration for the Core 1 Plus, and then we added the top panels, we added the side, I guess not panels, but we added the top frame, the corner covers, and then the only thing I've switched out since last week is when we were doing the build, it called for M3x4 socket heads for the top corner pieces, and I couldn't find them last week, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. You can like kind of see it sticking out the top here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it sticking out the top, like right here. So someone commented on last week's stream saying that these were supposed to be socket heads, which I knew, but it was enough of a reminder for me to see if I could find them, and I did find them. They were actually, I had taken them out and placed them on the magnetic flex plate, and so I think that's why I couldn't find them, was the kit only came with the 4 for this specific step, and I'd already taken them out and thrown out the bag. So that's the only change I have made. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Let me scoot you guys back over here. I already took out the pieces for the first part of the next step here, so let me pull that up. Let's see. All right, let's see anyone else has popped in. Do you think a custom bracket could replace that front bar, like upside down U-shape, or split into 2 brackets and angle them at 45 degrees? You mean the horizontal bar that like sort of goes right where the print area is? Maybe. I'm sure. Hold on. Let me go back here for a sec. So I believe you're talking about the horizontal bar right here, which basically like hinders your view of the print head. I mean, you'll still be able to see it, especially once it's further back, but it's definitely not in an ideal location. I certainly, well, a couple things. One, it's not a bar. This is part of the actual frame. Like it's a single sheet metal piece that everything bolts onto. So like you can't just unscrew it and take the front piece off. Like it is the entire gantry. So I do think that if you had the ability to recreate this part, that you could do something with this to make it less in your face, like less at this level. But I'm sure like structurally right now, if I were to take some sort of a saw and just cut it here and cut it here, that it's doing more than just holding LEDs. Like it is contributing to the overall like stability and rigidity of the frame. So, but yeah, I am sure there are other ways that it could have been created to still connect this entire thing without having them all be on the same level and have it at this exact height. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to see that. I'm assuming they did all sorts of testing on this piece before putting it in there. So I'd be curious to see, like, I would be shocked if they didn't have the conversation about, can we remove this front piece and will it still work? Like, I'd be shocked if that wasn't part of the conversation. So I assume that there's a reason, and it is because it provides the needed stiffness or rigidity to that whole gantry. Or not gantry, I mean, it is gantry, but the whole entire assembly up there. But I'm sure it could have been made slightly differently. But I think that because they used sheet metal and sort of like bended it and cut it, that their options were, you know, more limited. So, hey Beads, Maurice, how's it going? At 45 degrees, I feel like it would be stronger, have both sides meet in the center. Yeah, possibly. That's where you put your index. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna mute a bunch of times today while I blow my nose. I'm sorry, just my allergies. You're gonna be hearing it for months, I feel like. I hopped on a call with Steve actually to talk a little bit about index, and he did show me that in the revised retail version of that front bar, they did give you better visibility. Visibility is still not good. It still blocks a lot of the front view when you have 4 or 8 index tool heads in there, but there is more visibility than what I initially saw. I still think most of the monitoring is going to have to be done via camera, really. So my allergies went away once I got sinus surgery. I feel like you're the second person to talk about sinus surgery in the last couple of weeks. What is that? Like, I've never heard of sinus surgery until recently. Then you just surgery away your allergies, or no, it's something to do with like the way your, I don't know, nose or nasal cavity is, that they can adjust that makes things not get trapped. I'm curious. Okay, so we are going to be installing, or building now, the filament run out side sensor. So I already grabbed all these pieces out to kind of get us started, and we will begin. So let me get you guys set up so you can see what's going on here. Let's see. Maybe I'll zoom in even a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so we are starting with this little piece, and we are shoving a magnet in there. Insert one of the magnets into the dedicated opening in the lever. Insert the ball into the corresponding. Okay, so let's do magnets. I've placed my order for the 8-headed index. Nice. I will say, like, I mentioned it to somebody else, but it was pricier than I thought it was going to be. Because I think the price was $7.99 for the 4 and $9.99 for the 8. I was thinking it was going to be $4.99 for the 4 and like $6.99 for the 8. I was really close to ordering it. I didn't order it yet because I know that, like, it's probably something I'm going to want to do a stream build on, more than likely. And after this, we're doing Boom, and then after that, we're very likely doing Monolith on the Trident. So it's going to be a while anyway, and I didn't see a point in just jumping on it right now. And then it sold out in like a day and a half, which made it easier because the temptation wasn't there. But I still am going to end up getting it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit. Okay, so magnet's in here, and it looks like it's sort of just centered. It's too big for that slot, so we've got it kind of just centered in there. They open your sinuses and they can straighten the cartilage so your air is not restricted. That's so wild. Are you in the US or where are you out of? I'm just curious. Like, I have to assume that in the US at least, like, that's not something that would be covered by insurance. It feels like it would be an elective operation more than one that they would, unless there's some like real intense suffering going on. I was told that I would eventually need sinus surgery due to allergies. That was about 45 years ago. Still waiting on... Oh, Kaiser. No kidding. You must be in California then, because that's what I had. I had Kaiser for a lot of years. Loved it. When the Founders Edition is supposed to be shipping really soon, right? I think. Man of the Croc, how's it going? Thank you for the donation. When's the Phoenix build happening? Probably not happening ever. It's just too big. For that to happen, I would have to get rid of the Venture because it would have to live where the Venture is. I just don't know. I just don't know if I honestly want to build one. I think the only way I'd want to build one is if I built one with Steve, because I think it'd be interesting to go through and like discuss some of the design choices in real time while I assembled one. I've had the same thing done, covered by insurance. That's so wild. Okay, well that's good to know, because I do have pretty crazy allergies. I've got other fish to fry at this point, but it's something to keep in my back pocket that is even a possibility. I didn't realize it was. Hey, Armor! Ask your doctor to take a look. It's life-changing. I suffered from asthma and allergies my whole life. I get a cold maybe once every 2 years now. Wow. That's wild. Yeah, thank you for like the info. I really had no idea. Luke talked about it last week or the week before, I believe, if I remember correctly, in stream. And so it's weird, like I'd never heard of it before, and it's weird that you bring it up now. Like twice in a short period of time in my 33 years on this planet, like I haven't heard anyone really mention it. Not sure how long I can stay today. I'm at a trade show. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Nice to see you pop in. I'm pretty sore today. The backyard, we have a pretty big backyard. Like, I guess big is relative, but like for suburban neighborhood. And last year the weeds here in Idaho are just so crazy that it turned into like a 6-foot tall Jumanji jungle, and it was awful. I couldn't do anything about it. I had to wait till wintertime for a lot of the weeds to die back. And so I really want to get onto it this year. And moving rock is the worst. We moved a bunch of rock for the dog run area. It's like back-breaking work. So I decided that we were gonna heavily mulch a lot of the backyard. Like, it's like 20 feet by 100 feet is one segment of it. And then the other side of it is probably 30 feet by 30 feet, give or take. So I just had a ton of mulch dumped, and I will say, like, moving mulch is a lot easier, but still the way it works and the access we have, like, it's still a ton of work. Just scooping it over and over and over again. Like, we did half of it yesterday, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 100 to 150 wagon trips, like just hand wagon. It's just shredded natural mulch. We got a little bit of mulch dumped last year, the year before, and it was a brown mulch. And I'm a dummy, and I didn't realize that brown mulch was like painted mulch. I just thought that it was different types of bark. And so because of a lot of the backyard there's just a lot of like vegetable and fruit tree stuff back there. I don't really want a whole bunch of painted wood, so we just went with all natural. I can actually here real quick. I'm not gonna take you guys, just print more space. I did get a photo. So yeah, this is when they dumped it yesterday. And then kind of a Jackson for scale. It doesn't look nearly as big as it is. I promise you, it's like the massive amount of dirt slash soil, or not soil, mulch, gosh. Sorry, my brain. Yeah, it's a lot. It's weird too, because when it got dumped, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be enough for what we need. And yesterday we finished half of it. Me and my dad and Jackson started moving mulch at 4 p.m. and we stopped at 8:30 p.m. And I was like, oh my God, there's like probably way too much mulch. It was weird. My dad said, I think we've got like 20 more trips for this first stack. And then like we finished 20 trips and he's like, I think there's about 20 more trips. Like it was like an illusion. The thing just kept growing on us. So, okay. Let's see. Insert one, insert the ball, insert the lever with the magnet into the base. Okay. So it looks like, so this goes here and this goes, it looks like it goes like this. Am I correct though? I think I am. I think that's how it goes in, just like that. yeah, the magnet seems to be able to lift the ball out from where it's at. So that seems like it's probably correct. It's never enough mulch. Yeah, I'm hoping that after, I know like, so the plus side of rock is like, you don't have to really replenish it. At least not nearly so much. With mulch, like it's gonna break down. But I'm hoping that like, I won't have to do more than a third of that amount of mulch ever again to refresh it every couple of years. Like that's the goal. So, because if I had to do that amount of mulch every year, every other year, which my math was basically for 3 inches of mulch across the entire area, which it's going to be more like 3.5 inches of mulch. So it's intended to be like a good solid foundation to smother out any weeds, you know. Why are we talking about mulch? Oh, because that's been my like last 24 hours. I'll show it one more time, but we just got a bunch of, you can't see that very well, but my allergies are jacked up and I'm a little sore because we got 12 yards of mulch dumped yesterday. And it was all just me and my dad and Jackson with 2 shovels and a wagon, moving it to the backyard and dumping it. Okay, insert the lever. The part with the magnet should be positioned next to the ball, which seems fine. Note the ball will be attracted to the magnet, ensure it stays securely in place. Fix the lever in place, the M3W washer, MP10 screw, got it. You've been starting mulch? Yeah, basically. After, we're doing it again today, as soon as the stream is out, my dad's coming over to help, and after today, I feel like I'm just gonna be coughing up mulch for the next week here. Okay, fix the lever in place, tighten it just a few turns for now, enough to hold it in place. Got it. Doesn't seem like, oh, there we go. Okay, it says just a few turns. It's still moving. It's clearly way too high up. It just says tighten it just a few turns for now, enough to hold it in place. I want to do one more. It just feels still so loose. I'm not gonna, here. Okay. It's wild to still see printed parts going into a printer in 2026. Yeah. I don't mind it. Like, I mean, Prusa gets a pass from me for some reason on it, more so than any other company, because that's always been their thing. Which I know is not fair. It shouldn't be fine for them, but others, I'm like, I don't really like they're using printed parts. But it's just sort of always been their thing, and I think that a lot of people go into buying a Prusa knowing that fact. And there's definitely certain cases where I don't mind it, but there have been a couple cases where I've seen printed parts used, and I've kind of complained about it and been like, I don't know, the rest of this machine's like all injection molded and CNC'd parts, and the printed parts just seem kind of out of place. But I will say that there's only been a couple times I've complained about that, like in a video, and I've gotten quite a few people in the comments saying like they don't agree with me at all. Like there's no problem with it. Like we're using 3D printing, it should be fine. So yeah, the sideboard has to be a lot of printed parts. That makes sense. Okay, verify the lever is able to move freely. The lever does not move freely or cannot move at all. Loosen the screw by a quarter turn. Test it. The screw must not be fully tightened, otherwise levers will... Okay, so we are basically fully tightening it and just kind of backing it off. Sorry, I realized that focus sucks. It still seems to be working fine. Okay, I don't think I need to go tighter than that. It's pretty tight at this point. Like there's no, it's not gonna come out on its own. It's basically, you know, basically in there fully, and this still seems to be moving freely. So I think we're just gonna call this good. Okay, so now we are going to okay, so insert the second magnet into the filament, but we want them to not attract to each other. So move the filament sensor, switch the left end of the position so the magnets face each other. Make sure they push away from each other. Okay, so that is not right. Also, that's gonna be fun to get out right now. Maybe if I just use these guys. Give me my magnet. Okay, so we want it to go in like this, and we want it to go this, I think this is gonna be the way. Hey, Kenneth. Okay, insert the second magnet into here, which we did, and then place it into here. Whoa, hello. There we go. Okay, there we go. So you can see now that once this comes out, these magnets do not attract each other, so it wants to fly back into its spot. The bolt with the magnet, make sure you don't over tighten it. Yeah, the main thing I was checking for, this guy can move freely, and it seems like there's no issues. I actually tightened it more than I initially had planned to, and thought I was gonna have to back off, but you can kind of see right here, like it's still moving great, so it shouldn't be a problem. If I didn't say, did I say? Yeah, I did say hi, Kenneth, just a second ago. Okay, so that is good. We don't need to take out the bolt because we verified it beforehand. Oh. IR sensor parts. For the following steps, please prepare side filament sensor cable found in the electronics and fasteners package. IR filament sensor. Okay, got the sensor. The question though is, where's the cable for that sensor? So we got the sensor. Electronics and fasteners package. Is this it? Yep. Okay. So we've got our cable. We got our sensor. Push a piece of filament in and make sure the filament moves freely. Okay, I can do that. 1 second. Okay. Break off a piece of this. Okay. Cut it. Where does the filament go? Just through here? Yeah, that seems, I mean, assuming that this is correct, the way I'm routing it, although it's getting caught now. Although this is like, this filament's nearly gone. And I have a feeling that the issue is that because it's so far down on the coil, it just doesn't want to go straight. Yeah. I think it's fine. It seems okay. I think the issue is with my filament just not being straight. Like you can see how curved it is because the spool's almost gone. Hey Troy. All right. So we got what show are you at, Armor? Okay, I already got this piece out. So what else do we need? We need M2x8, two M310s, which the M310s are right here. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, and then 2 square nuts. I don't know where the square nuts are. M3N. What is that? Nope, that's a regular nut. Oh no. The printer's gotten to the point now where it's very large and I can't easily get around it to look at the baggies. This is probably it. Nope, that's not it. GPs with the 31 months, man. Thank you. Let's see. How you doing? I am doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. My parents are leaving Idaho for California for a good amount of summer. And so before my parents left, my dad had offered to help me with some of the backyard stuff. So we've just been, over the last day or two, or day here, we just started yesterday, moving a ridiculous amount of mulch in the backyard. That my allergies, even though I took a pill and took a shower last night to, well, 1, clean myself, but 2, try to clear my sinuses, just pretty jacked up. All right, I'm not seeing the square nuts, which is weird to me because, can I move them over here maybe? There's gotta be more square nuts. We've used them a bunch of times. Rod, wow, 40, man, you guys, these OGs in the chat. Thank you, Rod, for all the support. That's crazy. You guys are coming up on 3 years and coming up on 4 years. That's nuts. Thank you guys for hanging out and, I don't know, just being a part of the ride. It's been a lot of fun. It's been an absolute ton of fun. I can't believe it's been that long, but it's been a ton of fun. Okay, I am at a loss here for a second. Yeah, and with the gift of memberships, thank you, Rod. Let's see, let's do the air horn. Cheers. Let's see. Nocturnal Potato. That is an awesome name. Austin Murray. Oppenheimer. Senior MC, and Keep Games 3D all got gifted memberships. Thanks, Rod. All right, I'm going a little bit crazy though. I cannot find the square nuts, and we've used them a bunch in this build, so I don't know whether. Let's see, is there a second bag of them? No. I don't think there's anything under the printer. Let me verify that. 1 second. This thing has gotten heavy on me real quick. Nope, nothing under the printer. It has to be around. Oh no, did I damage the plug? No. There's a spare parts bag too, so I should be able to find. No, I think that they changed the kits up possibly, but the hardware is not segmented to what you're building. The hardware is just in bags with with similar hardware. So yeah, no, I had to pull. Is this it? Is this it? Come on. You know what? I found some square nuts from the Mark IV build right now. So regardless, we've got them. How many do I need? Just 2. Yeah, we're good. I guess I don't need to find the bag if we've got these. The only thing I don't have still is M2x8, one of them. I don't know if that's something that we would have already used. I'll look really quick. M3s. M2x8. We have not used them. Here they are. Okay, this should be everything. Ta-da! Alright. Oh, that's a horrible sound. Okay, slide this out of the way. I assume we're basically just putting the cover on this to keep it all nice and keep dust out of it. Alright, so we are going to start by plugging in... let's see, plug the IR sensor into the cable, ensure it's facing the correct orientation. It looks to me like, yeah, brown wire on top, and this just slides in like that. Okay. It says brown cable must connect to the 5-volt pin. Yeah. It seems fine. Okay, so let's move orientation to match with what I'm seeing on screen. And cable is going, it says, first insert the cable into the groove. The black connector should be approximately in the middle of the sensor base. Okay. Feels wrong, but... Okay. Insert the IR sensor into the dedicated groove. Wait, what? This feels wrong. What did I do? Oh, are we folding it over the cable? Is that what's happening here? That seems weird. Okay, hold on. So this looks like the cable's routed all the way here. And then in the next scene, it's like, yeah, okay, so they totally are bending it back over itself. So that is interesting. So I think this guy should just sort of go like this. Yeah. Seems like that's how it goes. Interesting. Yeah, it feels wrong, but I mean, it's fine. Use a, okay, so give me a tiny little 1.5 millimeter. Nope, that's a 2. Should have a, there we go, 1.5. Make sure neither the connection nor the cables touch the levers. Yeah. What am I doing wrong? Is this not... Was there a hole in the sensor? I didn't see. Oh, there is a hole. This does not go far enough down. At least it doesn't seem like it does. Are we going in? I can't, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, that doesn't seem like that's, yeah, it's not going into anything. Also, even when I press this all the way down, something tells me that maybe I need to pull this out. No? It just doesn't feel like the hole's lining very well. Let me see if I can see the other side through here. No, I don't. I don't see anywhere for this to go into. Interesting. There's a hole, there's a hole. Something just seems off. Okay, so let me just first verify that there is indeed a hole. Okay, so there clearly is. So it's just a matter of getting the sensor in there further. All right, so we're gonna try this again. Cable goes about right there. This guy turns around, folds back on itself just like that. Just does not go, even with like a lot of force on this, this does not go as low as I feel like it should for it to align. And I think it's because of the sleeving. I think it's because of the thick sleeving on the cable that it's not able to sit quite as flat as I'd like it to. I think I just got it though. Yeah, it seems like we're working. It's working it. Oops. No, it's just starting into plastic. Ooh. Might have been one turn too far. Okay. Seems like it works fine though. Like these two magnets are not attracted to each other, and it seems like this is basically where it needs to be. When it closes, it goes into that sensor like that. So yeah, I'm gonna call that good enough. It's a little bit tricky though. Yeah, basically this, it's partially resting on this. Yeah. Jackson wants to say hi? Sure. All right, here comes Jackie, y'all. Hi. Here. Climb up, Bubby. You got your boogies? Daddy's got allergies too. I told everybody that you were helping move a lot of mulch yesterday, huh? Helping shovel and stuff. You say hi, everybody? No, look at the camera, say hi. There you go. This is a filament runout sensor. So it uses magnets. See that? That's a magnet and that's a magnet. Watch. Ready? So the magnets gotta go away from each other. So when we're printing and Daddy puts the material in here, if it runs out, this thing will basically close. And this, see this guy right here? This sensor, it'll tell the printer that there's no more filament, and so it'll stop. So that way we can put new filament in and continue printing. Pretty cool, right?
Oh, it's dead. And what's up? You get a new one?
I gotta get a new light. Yeah, the light went out. Everyone says hi.
It's up.
Let's see, thank you. Let's see, Man on the Croc says hi. Ranch Kid says hi. Stuart says hi. GP says hi. And Raj says hi. They all say hi to you.
Are you also okay?
What?
Are you also okay?
Am I working?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully get a lot more done on this today. All right, Daddy's gonna get back to work. You wanna press one sound effect? Yeah, all right. It's like the highlight of his Wednesday is pressing.
Hi.
Okay, pick just.
What in hey?
That's Daddy's microphone, so people can hear me. You can, if you're talking to it, say hi.
Hi.
I can hear you. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Hey, you see that mug?
That's what I'm making. That's that, right? Yeah. Daddy's looking at that, so that way he sees how to build his. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. with a really big one.
Uh-huh. Okay, go ahead, press one button.
Robin.
You didn't press it. There you go.
Oh, I like that one.
That's an air horn.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, you'll say bye-bye, everybody? All right, I walk you. Are you going bye-bye soon? Yeah? There you go. Yeah, he's gotta get back to work. That's painting stuff. You gotta go outside for a little bit until mommy says it's time to go. Okay. All right, so yeah, Jack loves helping and is interested in so much stuff when he's a little bit older. We talked about those like science kit things, right, last week. I can't remember the name of them right now, but I think he would love them. All right, last but not least, we are dropping some square nuts into here. Let me change. I don't think top down angle is the best for this. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so square nuts are going into these little pockets. And then I am pushing them down into place. Okay. And then lid goes on like this. And we are, wait. Okay. Screw goes into here. Screw goes into here. These seem like they're going into plastic too. Prusa uses a lot of them. They work, but it's definitely not my preference. It's just, like, it's more work to install them, and they're easier to strip out because, well, it's plastic. But they do work. I mean, I won't say they don't work. But having an actual metal thread is nice. Yeah, sort of. I have had to remove a couple, and they have been okay as long as you aren't, like, if you're using the threads that you already created in the plastic. But yeah, if you're cutting new threads into it, it's really not going to hold good, hold well. Okay. Wait, did I tighten it too tight? Or is that seems wrong? Unless, oh, is this just for me to, like, you want to disable the filament run-out sensor? Maybe it's not supposed to be an easy thing. Okay. So we need some zip ties. You can disable the sensor. Got it. Okay. That makes a lot more sense then, because it's like, it's a pretty hard switch. I'm like, there's no way that the filament's gonna be able to, like, push this. Like, this requires some thumb power. All right, and then we need a collet, which is gonna be inside of this little baggie. All right. I'm gonna place the collet before we do any of this other stuff, because otherwise I might lose it. Insert the collet in the mid opening. Okay, so collet is just going into here. Maybe, there we go. Oh, and it fell out again. Oh no. I thought when I pushed it in that it was gonna hold better than that. It really does not hold that well. Okay. It's probably because the PTFE is on in. Once the PTFE goes in, it'll expand it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now it wants us to install a zip tie right here. Okay, so zip tie goes like this. Maybe? Nope. Oh, come on. There we go. Like that. All right, that's fine. And then this just wants us to shove the PTFE into, whoa, all the way in? Okay. So the image looks like they have a lot more slack than I do. Like that's the distance I've got. And on theirs, it looks like they have like 4 times the distance up here. So I'm curious to see how this all plays out. Move the sensor assembly up roughly the middle of the printer's frame to align the cable properly. I can't move it to the center of the printer's frame. I don't have enough tube. Did anybody else run into this issue? Unless I'm using the wrong tube, but I'm pretty sure this was the only tube that I saw. Okay, so we are tightening zip tie. Yeah, I don't know, like I can't go more than that for sure. I cut that really poorly. There we go. Hopefully that works. I mean, it's like not exactly half, but kind of. Does this thing just dangle loose like this? I don't think so. There's 2 we put in 2 M3 nuts on the bottom. It's got to attach to something. Tighten the zip tie lightly. Allow the excess cable adjustments needed. Cut the zip tie. Guide the sensor cable through the dedicated opening to the back of the printer. So it's going through the top hole. Right here. See if I can not pop that grommet out. Come on. There we go. Maybe. Stay. There we go. Okay. That sensor seems like engineering afterthought. No, attaches to handle. It screws in later. Okay. It's just strange to me, like lack of slack I have in this PTFE tube. Yeah, hopefully it's not an issue. I wish I had just like, I don't know, an extra 50 millimeters of PTFE, but assuming they cut it to correct size, it should probably be fine. All right, so next we're gonna connect this sensor to our board. I'm gonna open the door here to let some light in while I do this so you guys can see. Ta-da! It's a beautiful day. Okay. Alrighty, so this cable is going through. Oh no! We got another case of grommet, runaway grommet. There's just so many cables. Let's see if I can get this pop back in place. I don't know if I can, maybe. Come on, grommet. I definitely like. I like that they have grommets because, well, I don't want the metal to cut the insulation of the cables, but I also would be lying if I said I didn't find them fairly annoying during the install process. Okay. That is all the distance we've got on this guy. And on the back of the printer, guide the cable, leave it hanging loosely for now. Okay, so we're attaching it. Well, we don't need a whole lot of distance. It's going to the third. Yeah, so it is the third slot from the top left. Wish I had smaller fingers for this. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You're like right there. Just go in. I am at a loss. Why are we not going down? There we go. You did it. Okay. I'm gonna push this cable in a little bit further so that way there's no hole on the plug. Bro needs a pick tool. Yeah. Yeah, it's gorgeous here. It's like tiniest of breeze, blue skies with like little patches of clouds, but nothing very thick. And I think it's like, I think the high is like 72 Fahrenheit, which is really nice. The only downside is we get a bunch of flies here, and like that's the plus about winters. There's not a bunch of flies, and there's, now that I open the door, there's already like 2 flies that have let themselves in, and it'll just get worse over the next month or so here, but that's all right. Okay, secure the cable ties in the highest possible position. Secure the cable ties. Okay. So this is basically wanting us to do a little bit of cable management now, or at least cable bunching. Use 2 zip ties to clamp it above these holes. So let's see if we can do that. Happy Gilmore. I love Happy Gilmore. I only, like, we had as a family a lot of movies growing up, right? But like, I only bought and had so many DVDs myself, but Happy Gilmore was one of the few that I had. Okay, so I'm assuming like for a lot of this extra slack, I should probably shove it in the box versus out of the box. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to. All right, let's talk more do. Give this a little bit of slack. I think that works. I don't know that we're quite as high up as theirs are, but the 2 holes are beneath our cable bunch. I'm not really concerned about smacking it too much. So hopefully that'll be okay. It's crazy that Ben Stiller is not even credited on that movie. Was he part of like directing or no? Ben Stiller's role is pretty funny. There's I feel like maybe it wasn't with the kids as a joke, but I think that there was some tired nights where like Jackson wasn't going to sleep inside quoted Aaron like, "You will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep." And then the lady that jumps on the car when they go to the retirement home and he like pours a bunch of like curly fries on her and the AC vent falls on her. Yeah, I know that movie pretty dang well. I'm thinking it would be cool to powder coat the Core 1 frame and that would be sick. Yeah. It's already like really pretty. It almost reminds me a little bit of how LDO does their black extrusions, where it's got bits of like sparkly glitter to it, but it's even, I think, a little bit more exaggerated on the Prusa powder coating. But yeah, custom color would be really cool. Hey Down Under, how's it going? Tuxedo, what's up, buddy? I was just thinking like 20 minutes ago, like, where's Tuxedo at? Like, this is like this is not the early time, so you can't say that I didn't realize that it was not the earlier slot. But yeah, no big deal, man. No big deal. All right, so those are in. Awesome. Now we are doing the NFC stuff, which is what I screwed up previously. So this says we need the L box cover, which, let me take these parts off the ground. I'm just gonna leave the door open unless it starts causing weird glare, because it is really nice. Feel a little bit less like I'm in a dungeon. Okay, I'm actually not seeing that big printed part. Oh, it's already out, that's why. I was working on my Core 1. Oh, how far along are you on that? Or are you done? Well, no, if you're working on it, you're probably not done. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's causing too much glare. The sun's like not direct. We're not getting direct light from the sun. It's basically bouncing light. So think of it as direct light. Like so where the door is the west. So I don't get sunlight there till direct sunlight until, you know, towards the end of the day. All right, we've got this big printed part. And then we've got to find the board. Let me grab the other stuff first. So we need M310 screws, which, oh no, I moved them again. Why do I keep moving crap? All right, there's 2 of those. Okay, so we need to find the coil itself. Did it freeze? Did we freeze for a sec there? I'm not sure if, it seems like we're fine. Maybe it was just my local. Okay. I think this actually comes with a full replacement NFC coil. So we may not actually be reusing anything. because we've got the cable, we got the film, and we've got the sensor itself. So yeah, this must just come with its own coil as well. So I have a backup. Okay. You had brief buffering? Okay, all good here. People watching on their TV can still hit like. Yes, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. We are definitely getting closer to getting this thing up and running. We also will open the giveaway in half an hour. Okay, so peel off. Let's make sure I don't screw this up this time. So peel off the yellow protective film from the adhesive. Let me zoom in a little bit too. Okay. Yellow film, peel off. Check. Wait. Yeah. Apply the thin film to the flat side of the NFC coil. So we're just gonna kind of eyeball it. Doesn't say anything about like watching. It seems like they cover the little target here and it doesn't matter. So I don't know. Hopefully that's fine. Okay. And peel off the remaining protective film. That is really stuck, isn't it? There we go. Okay. So we've got our protective film, you can see peeled off there. Then stick it on the wrong side. No, not this time. We screwed up the first time. I don't know if you saw that part of the build, but when I say we, I screwed up the first time. Okay, stick the NFC coil on the inner side of the L box. Cover approximately as shown in the picture. The small round connector should be positioned closer. The small round connector should be positioned closer to the edge of the cover. Okay. It seems like somewhere right around here. Yeah, that seems about right. I was chatting with one of the Prusa Wire devs a few minutes ago. He said the final CAD BOM manual and are imminent, so you have something to do with all the old parts. We'll see, man, because we're building the boom, which is a Core XZ. I don't know. And then after that, the plan is that I'm going to be doing the monolith for the Trident. So we'll see after that. I mean, I'm going to hold on to the frame and bed for quite a while, unless there ends up being a situation where I can donate it and someone else is going to build it. So I'm not going to say I won't do it, but I'm not going to say yes either at this point. So far, my experience has been a great one. Very happy with how everything is packaged and the instructions are clear and well illustrated. Yeah, I was talking to Steve 2 nights ago now, and just talking about like the Core 1, and said that yeah, the build's been like smooth. The only screw up was really this guy on the Mark 4 to Mark 4S conversion. And it was because what I had was a different version than what was in the illustration, and it just didn't make sense to me. And that was a 50-50 coin flip that I would get it right, and I apparently didn't get it right. But outside of that, it's been, I would say, pretty dang smooth. Which is what you want and expect, you know, from a company like Prusa that's been making kits for a long time. And with, you know, with what they charge too, like, it's part of the Prusa experience. Like, there's got to be good instructions. Okay, come on. Why are we not clamping on? Sometimes these little antenna things just pop right on for me, and other times they really put up a fight. Is there a strategy? I also don't know if there's a strategy. Like, should I be going? There we go. I got it. It seems like the strategy might be going at it like a 45-degree angle and then pop the other side on versus going straight on. So, okay, the antenna's on. And then we need to connect the other side. Locate this one. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna sit on my butt for this because it's gonna be kind of low. Okay. So where is the connector? It looks like it. Oh, I see it. All right. Ugh. So the connector we are looking for is, oh, it froze again on my end. It's not, I think it's not the, I use my iPad for a secondary screen and it's completely wireless. And it's based off of like the Wi-Fi connection because it's wireless. And usually it's super solid, but it is having a little bit of a freak out. So yeah, we are connecting it to this little guy right here. Right there. So locate the small connect NFC coil. Yeah. So let's see if I can do that. Definitely a little bit awkward. Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. So that one's on. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Happy hump day, man. Unless Olaf is still trolling over index, should start shipping in the next 36 hours. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So that cable's plugged in. And connect the UFC out. I assume we're going to be attaching this now to the bottom of this. Maybe? Use the pictures as a reference to verify your electronic connections. Make sure all connectors are fully inserted. PSU cable is probably tight, otherwise there's risk of damage to the printer. I feel good about the cables, so if something goes wrong, please turn that sentence into a meme. I feel pretty good about these cables, and then I turn on it, smokes. Like somebody, like somebody, please. But I do feel pretty good about them. Okay, so I believe this guy is going to get screwed in at the very bottom down here. I think. Is that correct? Let's see. Famous last words. Yeah, so these should just be popping through here. Like that. And this one should be popping through here. Like that. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm a little bit too close for you to see what the heck I'm doing. All right. There we go. This one's not going through the opening. Why? Why are we not going through? Maybe it's supposed to be like that? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So it's all good except that one there that's backwards. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I feel like I did a good job of checking how many, like counting how many cables to count, like plug stuff in from different directions, but we'll see. Also, things aren't like, I think, like, so things are kind of labeled. There's part numbers and QR codes, which I assume if you scan it will take you to what it is, but I kind of find it interesting that they don't have the, like the tags don't have just like in layman's terms, not even layman's terms, but just like, what is the thing? Like, why doesn't it say, you know, TH toolhead, like thermistor, I don't know. It's just a little odd to me. All right, so yeah, these are going here. The only concern I have at all is, where's the slot for the second cable? Hold on. I see where clearly the first screw is going in. It's the second screw that I don't see at all. I see cables here that would be blocking where they would potentially need to go. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. It looks like there should be a screw, unless it's just that tiny bit of, plastic right there that, or not plastic, but metal. Let me see. Let me move these guys out of the way. Yeah, these cables have to get out of the way. Otherwise, this guy cannot get in there. Jeez. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, that seems like it definitely caught on something. This side. Yeah, that worked. Well, we're fine, I guess. Let me make sure. Yeah, I did push my 12-volt ground cable down a little bit, but it looks like it's still connected fine, so. Be sure to pinch the wire and put a screw through it. Yeah. Luckily, that hasn't happened all that often. Putting screw through wires not so often, but pinching wires I've definitely done a couple times where I'm like, no. Not a lot of times, but enough for enough for it to be annoying. All right, cable's in. And push this guy down a little bit. What's next? Cover, I would think, maybe? No, we don't have the buddy camera. If you plan to use USB, if you're going to use it through, you have the USB cable installed. No, I don't have the USB cable already installed. I'm sorry. Okay, so we are installing the back of the power supply. Or no, this is not the back of the power supply, is it? It's the back of the controller. That is not the right. Okay, so I don't think we're reusing the same thing. This Prusa allowed to use any USB webcam. Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Isn't the buddy camera basically like an ESP32 type camera, or am I wrong? I don't know. That's definitely not a for sure thing. Okay, so we need founded metal parts 2 of 3 and 3 of 3. Metal parts 2 of 3. Yeah, I haven't even opened metal parts 3 or 2 of 3 yet. Here's the metal part, one of them, and then I'm gonna. How do we still have this amount of weight going onto the printer? It's crazy. That's still quite a bit of weight in this box I haven't opened yet. All right. All right. Ooh, that's a cool looking orange part. Okay, so the piece we're looking for is this guy. Yeah. Tis this guy. Move these guys to the ground for now. But I'm having issues with my micron at the moment that I need to short up. Uh-oh. It's surprising they chose to use steel too, considering how far they ship. Yeah, it is. This is a very heavy printer. For its size, it might be the heaviest printer I've ever worked with. Like, I've worked with heavier printers, but they're usually a lot bigger. Yeah, so I'm a little bit. It is interesting considering, like you said, their shipping costs. So we need M34 RTs, 8 of these. That's probably plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we have 3 extras. Yeah, I've never actually I haven't really heard people talk about this printer's weight. Maybe I just haven't paid attention to it. I don't know. But when the box showed up and I went to move it from the front door to inside the house, I was like, I was taken back. I was taken back by the weight. All right, arrange all the cables as shown in the picture. Well, I mean, there's like a lot prettier. But functionally, I think it doesn't really matter. So we are just going to, we're just gonna move forward. What is preventing us from closing? Oh, there's a cable in the way. There we go. Okay. All right, so we are installing this on. I can move the camera as soon as I get a screw in so this thing doesn't pop off on me. There we go. Wow. Just putting those two zip ties here and then putting the cover on made the back go from like, that's kind of a rat's nest to look how clean it is. I could have spent a bit more time on organizing cables in here, primarily with zip ties. I wouldn't have shortened anything, but I could have zip tied some stuff, but I don't really think it would have been of much benefit other than it looks a little bit nicer. Where in your build are you, Tuxedo? I don't know if you said earlier and I missed it. They should come with backpack straps so you can move it easier. Yeah, no kidding. All right, that is on. Oh, wow, excuse me, jeez. Oh, we're covering this. So let's move you guys a little bit further back. Backpack assembly, step 49. Wait, so you're beyond me? You're further than I am? Or no? Oh, no, okay. Oh, backpack, is that what they call this? Like when you do the back panel segment of it? You could design a plastic cover for the wires too. Yeah, you definitely could. Okay. Align the rear sheet metal cover so that the cables run through the tray, which is like this, maybe? Okay. Place sheet metal cover in the recess, push it towards the printer, and then move it upwards to engage it. Interesting. So basically, what am I scraping on? There we go. And then press up to engage it. There we go. Okay. And then am I going to be tightening down screws to the inside of the printer? I sure am. Okay, I'm not going to move you guys around for this. Basically, there's just two screw holes towards the back of the printer on the inside that is going to lock this in place. Still have a lot of wiring to do, and my frame is not yet. Okay, got it. For some reason, when you said backpack, it didn't mean much to me, and so I was wondering, like, what is that? Like, is that an end piece? But I have a feeling that you're talking about like the back panel area where we did all the wiring, which was early-ish on. Because I think after that we did like bed stuff, and then the Core XY like motion system itself, and then the tool head. So okay. Sweet. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, back assembly would have made more sense to me. For some reason, when you said backpack and then step 49, and I saw number 34 on here, I was like, holy cow, maybe that's something at the end called the backpack. All right, so yeah, we did that. We did that. I think it's mostly panels and then like the LCD screen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's mostly stuff like this. So for the following metal parts 2 of 3, which I think is this guy I've just put on the ground. Yeah. Screw openings in the middle. Okay, so we need screw. Oh, let me put this metal piece up here. Ooh, that was. All right, we've got a big old panel. The M3 by 8. Oh, I'm just gonna set this top of the printer for a second. M3 by 8 RTs. We've definitely used those at some point, but when and where? These are M3 by 10. What are these guys? No. M3 by 8 RTs. Got them. Okay, so we need 4 of those. Backpack like Dora. Yes. Oh, and then we need a big plug thing. Puck Universal. Where's that from? Let's see. I assume it's probably in the electronics and fasteners box, but ceiling plug? That doesn't look right. Puck Universal. What is that? Where is that? Shrimp Father, how's it going? I don't see that. It's a little bit weird that it doesn't tell you where it should be. Door seal, cable ties, rubber grommets. Maybe it's in here? Steel ball. Call it. No? Okay, I don't see that thing. Oh, it's a printed part. Okay. Why didn't they just say that? I couldn't tell it was printed based off that picture. Okay, so it wants us to have a cardboard box. Let's try this. I don't have a lot of space to work with, which is my biggest issue right now. Okay, so we're gonna actually just build it on this bar stool, if possible. See how this goes. You guys are gonna get a ground shot here for a sec. I just don't have any space left on the workbench to build. Okay, so Let's close this box too. It says, oh, we're on a cable. It's still a little wobbly. Okay, place puck universal in a cardboard box so the screw holes face upward. Carefully place the right pan onto the puck, positioning it at the center of the box. Oh no, the box is too big. Okay, let's try. Will this box work? Yeah, this box will work. All right, round 2. It's not exactly straight though. Where are the holes? I see some. Okay, this is not going as great as I would like it to. Okay, I'm seeing most of the holes except for like 2 of them. So let's see if I hold this like that. It seems like that's right. Fasten using 4. Okay, so it wants us to fasten it using 4 of these on the outside. That is just free spinning. Okay. Let me get the second one in, and then I can kind of not worry about the other 2 so much. All right. These definitely don't tighten very well. Also, as soon as I'm done with these last 2 screws, I'll get the giveaway opened up. Come on. Why is this last one not going in? Okay, it's going. Okay. Not super fun, but they are in. Okay. Oh, giveaway. Yeah, one sec. Let me... All right. Giveaway link is officially pinned in chat, so if you want to enter in, you got about half an hour. But I wouldn't procrastinate. I would just do it if you're here. Okay. Huh. Okay, let me place this guy back on top. So now we got side handles. Side handle. Two more of those same screws. M38 RTs, which are here. Okay. Then we need to call it. And PTFE, found in the core XY parts and hinges together with the hinges. Okay. Let me go grab this part. Chamber parts, no. This is empty, right? No, it's empty. This is empty. Got it. I'm gonna bring the hinges bag over as well. Okay. Okay, we got all these parts. Now we need a bunch of rivets, which I'm not gonna even take them out. I'll just grab the bag. Next. Okay, so let's move you guys over here. Oh. Okay, so it looks like this guy is going in here. Like that. And then place the right metal. Oh, cool. We're installing the sick. All right, let me move the printer around here. Oh, I found the square nuts. They must have been under the printer. That's so weird. Okay, so let's back you guys off a bit. Like that. Side view. Okay, place the right side metal sheet assembly on the side of the printer. Ensure the U-shaped cutouts are facing upwards. So U-shaped cutouts are facing upwards. What about the filament run out? Interesting, the filament run out stays on the inside like that? Huh, okay. Let's see. You guys are also really crooked, so let me correct that a little bit. There you go. Attach the right handle to the sheet metal frame. Push one M3 by 8RT. Push one M3 8RT through the rear hole in the handle and the sheet metal. Okay. So I would think that the handle would need to go like this, so that way it's actually a handle that you can grab from. But if I do that, this seems wrong. Or does it not matter? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the opposite direction. Yeah, I think it's the opposite direction. The handles work slightly differently than I thought they did. So, okay, so I'm gonna take a screw and I'm going to feed it from... It looks like I'm basically taking the screw through the handle and then through the frame. Once I push it in further. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now I've got it like this. Attach the side filament sensor assembly to the screw. Hi. The side filament sensor to the screw. Oh, yum. No, can you just put it on the stool for a sec? No? Okay. Thank you. I love you. How's that gonna work? Okay. So you don't want me to start working then, you're saying, until... Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is really tricky. This is even trickier because of the fact that my sensor Bowden tube is so short, they have like no ability to mess around with it and position and get it into position. So I don't exactly know. I don't exactly know what the call is here. Okay. You guys are getting just an elbow shot. Go in. Now this is not fantastic. Do not pull too far. Put the sheet metal as close to the frame as possible. This is about as close as I think is possible. It does look like it's pretty aligned. I think I got it. I think I got it. Oh my god. It's tight. Woohoo! Okay. How do you... Oh, there we go. Okay, so now what? Yeah, I don't know. This is threading into metal. This is threading into metal. Is Naomi Wu still MIA? I haven't heard anything from her or of her in years, so... Attach the side filament sensor assembly to the screw. Tighten the screw just slightly, the nut must remain free to move. Align the side sensor with the front screw. Hole in the sheet metal on the handle. handle. Secure the right handle on the side filament to the right metal. Okay, so we're basically just doing that again with the other side now. Okay. Definitely like definitely a little interesting. Okay, I'm gonna use my knee to hold this in place for a sec here. Okay. Oh, the second one was a piece of cake. First one was tricky, but the second one was no problem at all. All right. Where did the screw go? There it is. All right, so I think we're pretty well set on that. So let's get this guy like that. Ta-da! Yoo-hoo! Okay. Now we are going to install a ton of those little nylon rivets. So let's do that. Ah, no! Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. All right, that one's not going in. Let me try this side. There we go. Short tube. Yeah, I saw that for the final step. I will. Thank you for the reminder, though. I could see myself getting distracted. Also, giveaway for anyone that's just popped in. The giveaway link for a spool of polymaker filament has been open for a little bit now. So if you want to enter in, I would do so soon. Dang it. Well, you really got to have them, since they're just kind of like hard nylon, you really got to make sure the holes are aligned before you attempt to push it in. Okay. Bam. And the last one. Boom. All right. And then, yeah, you said a little bit of PTFE is going in. I'm just going to push that guy in. Where is it? Right here. Awesome sauce. Feels good to have a side panel on. All right, what's next? Other panel, perfect. This one will be a bit easier. Famous last words, but there's no filament sensor, so it should be. Oh dear God! It's really misleading. Feels like it's like not going to be very heavy. Then you lift it, it's like holy. Oh no! Oh no! One of our feet came off already. At least partially. That sucks. I've heard that the feet on this are not fantastic as far as the adhesive goes, and that there are aftermarket feet. I think I even remember seeing Joel print them out. one point. Hey, Beads. Hey, John. Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for dropping by at all. I'm curious if anybody that has one of these has replaced the feet. Because, I mean, I haven't exactly moved this thing a lot, and half the foot just came off. I don't think the adhesive's going to work nearly as good now to maintain it moving forward. All right, we got a handle. It's true about the feet. What is the final weight of this printer? I have no idea. I can Google it, but I don't know offhand. If anybody has any recommendation for feet long term, let me know. Because I do think that's something that is probably going to eventually be an issue. I mean, once it's in place, I don't really plan on moving it a whole lot, but still, even for moving it to and from for recording a couple times, I can see the feet eventually just coming off. Okay, so we need M3x5 RTs. I don't know if we can use those. M3x5 RT. Final weight a lot. I think 3D Printing Nerd has some that he liked. Yeah, I do remember seeing him print some out, so maybe I'll just ping him. I can't remember. Crap, we dropped a screw. I can't remember where I saw he post. Like, I don't know if it was a video that he made or if it was just over on X that he posted them. But I do remember, like, I do remember him showing them off. Right about the feet was careful during assembly. Still have original feet. Okay. Yeah, mine have been fine, but right now, I think with all the weight and it gripped really hard on this quartz. It just peeled back a bit. So okay, so let's grab the other metal panel. I will have to be more mindful of that. It's been a thing with heavy printers. I've had other printers where they've popped off as well. All right, so I'm just gonna move the camera down to like here, lap shot. Boop. So for this guy, the handle just goes, it's already threaded, so I'm just gonna grab you. Grab you. Okay. Much easier. Make some custom racquetball feet. Yeah, I'll put this thing on big tennis balls. Proper printing has some feet that look like feet. That doesn't surprise me. That's hilarious. That's awesome. All right. So yeah, that's all we gotta do for this one. Now we can slap it on the side with a lot more rivets. That. Oh, that didn't work. on, buddy. It's like easier to get eye level with it, so you can see where the hole is and make sure. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this guy's. How did this one break? Wow. Okay. Yeah, it looks really nice with the panels on, or at least the side panels. I know we don't have all the panels. Okay, side panels are on. Hey, what's up, LTX? First thing would be riv nuts and screws instead of those rivets. Manny really also had a good video on recommended mods, which I did on mine. They work well. Okay, sweet. I will definitely take a look at that. Yeah, the feet is the one thing right now where I'm just like, long term I might need to do something. Sweet gummy bears. I wish I had some. You successfully assembled the entire body. Nice. Where is this stuff found? Oh, plexi. Top cover found in plexi, vent cover. Okay. So also for anyone that just hopped in, the giveaway link is open. We're gonna do the drawing in about 8 to 10 more minutes. So if you want to enter in, do so now. I get to throw out a lot of cardboard boxes after today. Okay. We got our plexi box. Need a blade. Let's see, this might work. Yep. Did you eat all the gummy bears? I did. So, in my defense, I was planning on following the rules when it came to the gummy bears, but Aaron saw that I left the gummy bears out here and reminded me that we had mice last year and like 1 or 2 over winter, and so I shouldn't leave them outside. So I said, okay, I'll bring them inside. Well, once I brought them inside, they were way too close to me for temptation. And one night I had a sweet tooth and I ate most of them, GPs. I'm not proud. I'm not proud of what I've done, but they were delicious. All right, so we peel off the plastic cover on this. Throw that. Come on. Like my nails peeling back instead of the film coming off. Come on, buddy. Dude, what in the world? The one side came off really easy. This side is like, there we go. Got it. Okay. No judgment here, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna throw this sheet up top here for a sec, and then there's one more little vent piece that needs to get peeled back. There we go. The nice thing is with this, once you get it started, it peels off really easy compared to like acrylic that's got paper on it is just the bane of my existence. I think Delmar mentioned that, and I think I tried it with the venture, but like a heat gun can help soften the adhesive, which will help. But I still didn't have a great time trying to remove a bunch of that stuff. With this one, I'm having a struggle getting it started, but once I get started, at least, it all just peels. There we go. Also, a music stopped. I'm gonna put on some music. I still have gummy bears from my XL kit, 1 kilogram worth. Oh my god. I love gummy bears. Aaron does too, so there's no way we would have killed them. We would have definitely eaten them all. Okay, so we got the vents. Let's see what's next. We need lock nuts, which I saw not long ago. Okay, so we need how many of these? 3 of those. Check. And then we need M3x12s. I don't know that we've used those. What are these guys? Installation insert. Found in electronics and fasteners package. Is that these little guys? Must be these little, yeah. Okay, so 3 of these. 2, 3. Okay, so the only thing we need is M3, what are these? Rivets we've got. That's a printed part, so I'll find that. So I need a printed part, and then I need M312 RTs. So let's get those. Printed part is... Oh, wait. Do we need that? Yeah, we do. That must be the vent block. Is that what they're calling it? Yeah. Vent block. So that's this guy. We got the vent block, and now the last thing we need is just M312 RTs. M312 RTs. Nope. 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 M312 RTs. Yep, got them. Sweet. I tagged you in the live stream channel of Joel's. Oh, sweet. Thank you so much, John. I will definitely take a look at that. All right. Oh, yeah. We're already 1 step ahead of the instructions. It's been peeled. Lay down the vent cover on the top of the printer. I don't know that I'll even be able to get you guys up that high. Usually I use like filament boxes to raise you up higher. This is as high as I can get you. Let's see. It kind of works. It kind of works. It's not a great shot. I apologize. But it'll work. Okay, so we want vent towards the front. That's not great. Vent towards the front. There we go. Okay. Pretty dusty. Okay. Next, we are using M312s with those little plastic, I don't know what they're called, the little insulation inserts. And these are going... Insert the screws with the inserts through the 3 slot openings. So I'm literally just dropping them in. Interesting. Okay. After I'm done with this, we're gonna close up the giveaway. So if anyone is here and hasn't entered in, do so. It's pretty much gonna be time. Align the vent covers. Note that the vent cover is not symmetrical. Ensure that it is positioned as shown in the photos. Where's the vent cover? There it is. It is not symmetrical. It looks to me like we want it like this. No. Maybe? Oh, shoot. Hold on. That wasn't great. There's no spares of these screws. So I will probably try to do this with the vent laying down, so that way I don't have to worry about the screws falling out. When you place it on the cover, you should notice the slots line up better one way than the other. Okay. It looks to me like this is the direction it wants it to go. Yeah, that seems right. So this direction slots are open, this direction slots are closed. Like perfectly open. So I think that's fine. I assume at this point we're probably using those nylon lock nuts. Hand tighten the rightmost nut. Okay. A little awkward. It'd be nice to have a third hand right about now. Okay, so that's hand tightened. Now it wants us to attach the peg. It's a very slight difference. Okay. So it wants us to attach the peg, and the peg it wants to go, I think, in this orientation. Sorry, I can't show you guys this very well. It's even if I had the printer turned around, it's such an awkward angle that I don't think I'd be able to show much. Okay. Screws it through the printed parts. I'm almost ready to move forward, do the giveaway. I just gotta at least get these nylon nuts started. I can show this angle if you want to see me balance my balancing act. Ah! I dropped the nut. Drop the nut. I don't so much want the filament, I want the street cred. Uh-oh. Where did that nut go? Great. Alright, well someone remind me that there's a lock nut underneath the printer somewhere. Also, I think I need to grease these lead screws. They feel like they could use grease. So that's something I'd like to add once we're done with this. Okay. So sliding the vent block to the left will open it. Yeah. Sliding the vent cover to the right will close it. Wait. Why is it not? Oh yeah, that's right. It's just, it needs to be tightened a lot more. Okay. Attach the U-peg with ventilation. Secure the 3. Uno's pliers universal. The screws must be tight enough to remove the slack. It must remain loose. The ventilator run out. Okay. All right. So last call on giveaway. I can lift this up now. Okay, I can lift this up now and actually show. Let's see. So now we definitely don't want to scratch the plexi, but we need to tighten these up quite a bit. Okay, I think that was probably way too much. Nope. Still sliding fine, so. It's gonna be a balancing act because the looser you have it, the more of a gap you'll have, which you don't want a gap, especially when it's closed, because you want the printer to retain heat. Ooh. Okay, so that one is too tight now. Yeah, that's too tight. Still too tight. That feels fine. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a balancing act. You're going to love Androshek's custom feet for the Core 1. I printed and installed them on mine and they work and look great. Nice. Do you need anything, like, is there any hardware I'm gonna need for those feet or no? Is it just really printed parts? And are those the feet that you just mentioned, are those the same feet that Joel used? Okay, let's see if that works. That's a little too tight. Okay, that seems good. All right, one last screw, and then I promise we are gonna move forward and do the giveaway. Seems about right. Maybe a hair looser. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, let's move this guy back over like this. Then I think the last thing I need to do, just really quick here, is install just a couple grommets. I am gonna remove the giveaway link, so if you're filling out the form, there's a 2-minute warning, or 2-minute heads up. Remove. Just a few extra M310. Okay, cool. Do you think it's gonna be tricky for me to install it after the fact, or no? Like, now that the printer's built, or it shouldn't be an issue? Okay, so now we're just doing 4 nylon rivets. One, 2. Oh no! Oh, it says there's 8 openings, but 4 rivets should be sufficient. Does it matter if I did the wrong side? I did the wrong side for my rivets. I'm just gonna move forward with them. If I have enough rivets left over, I'm just gonna rivet all of them, because why would I not do that? But yeah, right now I kind of want all of them riveted. Is there not enough rivets to do all these? You should be okay to do it after the printer's built. Okay. Does anybody know if there's enough rivets to do all of them up top? I feel like there has to be. I still have a lot of rivets left, but... I guess I'll wait. I'll hold out. Don't use more than 4 on the lid. How come? What's the reasoning? I don't like that it's like... The front's like pretty loose. I put them in the side ones instead of the front and back. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. The main concern I have is... Got it, less is easier for servicing. I'm just wondering for automatically opening the vent if that's going to be problematic, but probably not. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty, let's do this giveaway. Those rivets are a bit of a pain. It should be spares. I won't take any chances. Yeah, I guess I could see for servicing. They're not like you can't just pop them out. I think you have to squeeze from the inside and then pop them up. So I can understand how having double of them would be more work, you know, obviously, than just having 4. Okay. Let's do this. We've got 76 entries. That vent will open easily if you don't get too aggressive with the tightness of the vent screws. Okay. Yeah, no, it's so easy. I mean, I can't like blow it open, but like it's very like you can't see it, which makes me sad. But I could have probably gone tighter with these screws, but I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. All right, 76 responses. All right, we got 76 people in here. Only 51 likes. We need more likes, people. Dang. Let's get to at least 50 likes. That's only 9 people. How do I join giveaway? It's closed. The giveaway usually opens an hour and a half into the stream, approximately. Sometimes 2.5 hours. It depends on how long we're streaming. And then it's open for at least half an hour. Today was open for like 40 minutes, I think. I just closed it. Dislike. Feels bad, man. I use flush cutters from the top to pull them back out. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So for anyone that hasn't been here for one of these giveaways, Polymaker is our awesome giveaway provider. It's an international giveaway. So I thought it was just North America or like US and Canada that were eligible for gift cards if you win, but someone posted there's actually some other places. So depending on where you're at, for sure US and Canada, if you win, you get a gift card. And if you're anywhere else in the world, you get to pick a spool of filament off their website up to $35. The winner will receive an email from me within 24 hours that will contain a URL and a custom code. And yeah, massive thank you to Polymaker for being awesome and letting us give away, at this point, probably hundreds of spools. If you do need to pick up filament, there is a link in the description, and a portion of any purchase does support the channel, so it's always appreciated. And as always, thank you to everyone that has been using those links, because it certainly helps. So let's do this. How many shuffles? I think this is our 8th stream. I kind of feel like we're going to be printing next stream, considering that all that's really left is like I think the front door and the screen and like a couple tiny things. So 9 for 9 streams in total for this guy. Stuart says 9, Dennis says 8, 6.9, 8 plus 1. We'll do 8 plus 1. I'm good with that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and +1. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Doodle! Nope, that's not right. That says Dougal. Dougal 4144. You are our winner. Let's see. Sure. Congratulations to Dougal. I will send you an email. Ooh, I'll try to send you an email this evening. As soon as the stream's done, well, shortly after my dad's coming over, I'm gonna be moving mulch for probably 4 or 5 hours. So depends on how dead I am, but I will get you that link within 24 hours. So just keep a lookout via email. Thank you everybody else for entering in. You were very close, Beads. You were very, very close. GPs I also saw coming up in the roll. So I just want to do a quick final check here on kind of what we've got left. So we've got some side covers. Oh yeah, for the top, that makes sense. I might install those. We'll see how I'm feeling. It's just rivets and popping them on the top sides. There's nothing that it's like, oh, that's, you know, and then screen, like I said. So we got top sides, screen. Screen, 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 screen. Holy screen. And then the bar for the screen and attaching the screen. And then some seals for the door. And then door stuff. Hinges, doors. Is that it? Tell me the door's the last part of it. What's this? Yes, stickers. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Wait, what's the final chapter? Okay, like, yeah, doing the thing. Okay. So yeah, I think what I will do before next week's stream, I'll put the top panels on. I don't think I'll do the screen. I'll leave the screen so we can do that first. The screen and the door we'll do on stream. But I will do the 2 side top panels because it's just rivets. Yeah, we're getting really freaking close. We're getting really close. So next week we will be wrapping this up and printing. We might have one chill and hangout stream after that, which would be the core 1. It depends on when the Cyborg Boom kit gets here. They told me they were shipping it in 2 days, 3 days ago, but I haven't gotten tracking yet. So it depends on how long it takes to get here from China. So that's 2 weeks from today. We're probably starting the Boom 2 weeks from today, because next week will be the wrap-up stream, and then I imagine it won't take more than 2 weeks to get here. So unless something else happens, we'll be starting that soon. So I cannot wait to get this thing printing. I hope you guys are able to join next week. I'm not sure whether we'll do an hour earlier than today, or if we'll just do the same like 2-hour block. We might start earlier. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you guys. You can add some of the mods to your next stream if you need more content. I feel like we'll be like next week's stream. So here's what I think. I think next week's stream will be fine with just wrapping it up, going through calibration and running a print. That'll be plenty. If the Boom doesn't show up, and I know in advance it doesn't show up, then I might print out some of the mods, like the foot mod or some of the stuff that I'll check out Mandic's video and see if anything else stands out that I think would be worth adding onto it. That's what our game plan will be. So thank you guys all for being awesome and hanging out, and yeah, just being along for this build. There was a bunch of membership renewals, like long-standing membership renewals. Thank you everybody for years of support. It's wild. There's a lot of streams where usually when a stream ends, I'll like tell Aaron later on the day, like, oh, the stream went really well, or like the stream was really frustrating today, like depending on how it went. And yeah, I almost always am saying like, just super thankful for everybody that enjoys hanging out, and it's so casual, and I really enjoy it. So I'm glad that there's others that, you know, do as well and have been here for so long. I think that's everything I've got. Wish me luck with moving a lot of mulch, please, and my allergies. And yeah, I look forward to doing this next week. Unless something happens, there will be a video out on Saturday, and it will be a review video on the GD Max 4. I've got most of the things in place, and it just depends on how tired I am and if I can get the editing done. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Cheers. Bye, everyone.